guys, it's Jess from Peace Up Books, and today I'm here with a video of my favorite forbidden romances. So there's nothing like a good forbidden romance because that creates so much angst within the story. These characters want to be together, but they can't, not just because of themselves, but because of other people most likely, and then they start liking each other, and then they're like, hey, we gotta keep this on the down low because no one else can know. This video was inspired by Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This came out this past Tuesday. I got an arc of it, an e-arc of it, and devoured it and had to buy myself a paperback copy. And the premise is a forbidden romance. The main character moves in with her boyfriend into her boyfriend's father's house, and there's kind of a romance between her and the father. I will say there's no cheating in this. They do have undeniable chemistry. He had him at 19 and they are 19 now, so he's what, 38, almost 39 I think. And it's so good. It's so good. Like our main character, I forget her name, Jordan, she is trying so hard to have a good life and a successful life and not like do what her sister does, which is go into stripping. She works at a restaurant bar place, and she's always tempted to go into what her sister is doing just to get more money because her and her boyfriend currently are having a really hard time paying bills, and her boyfriend's super flaky and he's drinking and with his friends all the time, and they move into Pike's house, and him and Jordan actually meet at the very beginning of the book before they even knew who each other were, and it's their romance, and it's so good. I loved it. I normally am not a huge fan of age gaps, but this one was done so well. You all should read it. The next forbidden romance, I could not do this video without doing Thoughtless by S.C. Stevens. This is a rock star romance with Kellen Kyle, and he is just one of the, you know, like well-known characters in rock star romances. This is between him and Kira and her boyfriend Denny, I think, actually move in with Kellen. Another moving in kind of story. And Kellen is Denny's best friend, but Kira's kind of fallen for Kellen, and she starts working at the bar that Kellen and his band play at, and she starts to like Kellen, but she has a boyfriend and she can't like him. There is cheating in this one, I will say, so if that bothers you, don't read it, but it's so good, and there's 3 books in this, and I'm obsessed. So if you like forbidden romances, check out Thoughtless. The next forbidden romance I have is Come Back to Me by Mila Gray. This one is actually a military romance, and it's with her brother's best friend. So it's about Jessa, and her brother and her brother's best friend are both in the military, and they come back home on leave, and it actually starts out with, in the future, Jessa figures out that one of them has died in overseas, and then we flash back and get her falling in love with Kit, who is her brother's best friend, throughout their leave that they're on. And so obviously it's a forbidden romance because she can't be with her best friend's brother. Her father would kill her if he knew, so they sneak around, but it's such a good romance. And then the whole book, you're just like, oh my god, you're watching them fall in love, but is he gonna be dead by the end? I don't know. And so it's super emotional, very good forbidden romance. The next one I recently talked about in my favorite slow burn romances, but I want to talk about it again, and that's On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. I was so worried going into this one because it is a student-teacher relationship, and she is actually going to be this guy's tutor because I forget, TJ, he just recently is in remission from cancer, so he missed a lot of school, and so his parents are flying them out to like this, like, you know, nice all-inclusive island, and she's flying out too to be his tutor to help him catch up on the year or 2 that he's missed. But on their way, TJ and her are flying separately because I think they had something to do and couldn't go with the rest of the family. Their pilot has a heart attack, and they land up on an island for years together, and now he is 16 when this starts and she is 30. But a lot of years pass before anything actually happens, which I really appreciated. You didn't even notice their age once they were on the island, because like, does age really matter when you're fighting to survive? You're on an island together. And it was just so good. And I really like the survival aspects of the story. It reminded me kind of like of Lost, but without all the creepiness going on. So yeah, it was really good. The next one is To Professor with Love by Linda Cage. This is about a quarterback of the football team and his college professor, and it's so good. Like, he says something really snarky, I'm pretty sure, in class, and she hears it, and she's super young. She graduated from high school early, graduated from college early, and I think already has her master's, so she's only a few years older than him. and they try really hard not to like each other. It's just a really good romance, and I love Linda Cage's books, so you all should check this out. Next favorite forbidden romance is Scoring Wilder by R.S. Gray. This is a soccer player and soccer coach story, and so I think she's on her college soccer team, and he is Wilder, and he is from a pro soccer team that's coming to help coach their team, and obviously all the girls are like fawning over the new coach. And it's really fun how she like plays with him. I remember certain scenes of like practice where she's like doing things to kind of like get his attention, and it's really good. Oh, it's so good, and I really need to reread this, but this is an awesome forbidden romance. The next one is Bad Habit by Charlie Rose. This is actually a sister with a brother's best friend, and there was also an age gap, so I think he's like getting ready to graduate and she's maybe like 8th or 9th grade, and they have had these feelings for each other but never acted on it. They finally acted on it, and then he disappears and doesn't come back for 5 years, and so then he's back and they're like both angry at each other and don't understand why the other one's angry at them, but there's a reason why, and so they have this angry, angsty romance, and they have to hide it because it is her brother's friend, and is really good, and you should read it because Charlie Rose is amazing at angst and forbidden romance. And the last one I have for you is Losing It by Cora Carmack. This is one of the original new adult romances out there, and this is about Bliss, who is on the hunt to lose it. She's in college. She meets this British guy at a bar. He's reading at a bar, I think, and they have a night together, but nothing actually happens, so she doesn't set out to do what she wanted to do, and it actually ends up being her professor in college. And so it is their romance, and it is so good. I love this. I really need to reread this. I have not read this in years, like since it first came out, I think, so I definitely want to reread this sometime, but it is a really good forbidden romance. And those are my favorite forbidden romances. Like I said, these are just fun books to read about, but like teacher romances should not happen in real life. Like, okay, that's a rule. You get arrested and you get thrown in jail, and it's a mess and it's nasty, and teachers should never take advantage of the situations they're put in, but they're just fun to read. So if you want a good forbidden romance that has all the angst, you should check these books out. Let me know down below your favorite forbidden romances. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.